So hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's RLE. Because of last week's RLE, what we did very quickly regarding Brian Welch, and thank you so much for your comments. I was led, because if you did not notice, you can go back and listen to it. I believe it's number 94. You can see at the end of the very first clip that I showed, this thing came up that said Prayercom. And that's how I got these other two, was from this Prayercom. So I said, well, what the heck is this? Well, we're going to see here on the screen, as I'm going to talk over it, exactly what this Prayercom is. So anyway, let us grab our Bibles, grab our thinking caps, piggybacking off of what happened last week. If someone were to ask you, what is salvation? Who is Jesus to you? What would your response be? Again, I don't feel that Alice and Greg Laurie just sits back even when he interviewed Jonathan Rumi. And he doesn't challenge anybody. I know me personally, if I was sitting in a room with Alice Cooper and he said that response, I would challenge him. I would have him dive a little deeper. Help me understand exactly what you're trying to say. So Alice, what exactly are you trying to say?
Tell them who Jesus Christ is to you.
Well, I mean, everything. I mean, you know, we're not here without him. Most people I know, young people, think Jesus Christ is a swear word.
Yeah.
You know, even at Solid Rock, you know, where we have the teenagers down there,
right.
They have no idea that who Jesus Christ is.
Yeah.
So shouldn't they know who Jesus Christ is if these young kids are going to this church? That would be my question, Alice. How do they not know who Jesus is?
He's not preached enough.
Yeah.
You know, most written about character of all time.
Yes.
In history.
Right.
And yet people go out of their way to not believe in him.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because they don't want to give up their godship.
I feel like maybe Greg Laurie was trying to get a correct answer. However, why do you think that is? I don't know. Why do I keep repeating it here, guys? Because they can't have their recognition that they are a sinner. It is the worst thing to tell somebody is you are a sinner against a holy God. It's really quite simple.
They believe the Hollywood version of, oh, I do more good than bad, that kind of thing. And I go, why is that? Satan's got you right where he wants you.
Yeah.
You know, to believe that.
Yeah.
I'm the way, the truth, and the life, and
That's
nobody
right.
comes to the Father but by me.
Right.
I said, those are the truest words ever spoken.
Yeah.
All right. So as you can see here, this is welcome to prayer.com. You can just see on the face of things who these false teachers are. I mean, big old bald head T.D. Jakes. Then you've got, of course, none other than Tony Evans. How about Dr. Phil? Anyway, so this is basically what this is. It's a very, I don't know, it's like the Catholic version of Hallow. And then here's Lecrae and all these other people. And then if you click on each link, as you can see above, right, you've got sleep, mental health, Bible plans, Old Testament, New Testament, blah, blah, blah. So you can see all of these meditative prayers, the podcasts that are listed, the book summaries that are listed, worship music, of course, because that always has to come into play. And again, heartfelt worship is great. Non-biblical worship, and it's all about you, is terrible. Oh, none other than Michael W. Smith. So anyway, here we go. Mental health. You can see Rick Warren is here. You've got reversals, Tony Evans, 21-day prayer journals, Dr. Phil. Of course, Dr. Phil would be there. And then let's click on this link. How about books? The Grace Message, Reignite, The Perfect You, The Power of I Am, Joel Osteen. Look at these names on here, guys. Max Lucado, Joel Osteen, Joyce Myers, Billy Graham. Got Healing the Soul of the Woman, Greg Rochelle, Oprah Winfrey, Jimmy Carter, Pope Francis, Steve Harvey, Jen Hatmaker, and the list goes on and on, and well, you can see on. How about inspiration? Oh, wow. Roma Downey Jr. Yeah, okay. And then you've got all these other people that I'm sure if I were to do a deep dive, all of them are passing nothing but shenanigans. How crazy is this? This is literally what we're going to see next. that Greg Laurie was on interviewing Alice Cooper.
A lot of people say, I came to Christ because my love of Jesus. I came to Christ because of my fear of God. I totally understood that hell was not getting high with Jim Morrison. Hell was going to be the worst place ever. In fear, I came back to the Lord. But I went to another church, and that pastor preached the love of Christ, which now you put the two together, and it was exactly right.
Yes. Well, the Bible even says some saved by fear. And there's a point where some people, they need the hell scared out of them.
I'm telling you, I knew if I died, and I knew, in other words, I knew who Christ was, Jesus Christ was, and I was denying him because I was living my own life and I was living my life without him. I knew that there had to either come a point where I either accepted Christ and started living that life, or if I died in this, I was in a lot of trouble. And that's what really motivated me.
What does that mean when you say accepted Christ? What does it mean to...
Well, I don't think we accept Christ. I think we accept the fact that he accepted us.
Houston, we have a problem.
And I just got to a point of saying, I'm tired of this life. And I know that this is right. When people say, well, how do you know that? Put that into words. And I go, you can't put that into words.
No. Could you repeat it? Because I can't believe in ears.
You can't put that into words. It's because God opens your eyes and he says, it's supernatural. And you try to tell that to people and they go, well, yeah, but so's voodoo and so's this. And I go, no, you don't understand. And I could never explain it to you. And I could never explain it to you. But when the Lord opens your eyes and you suddenly realize who you are and who he is, it's a whole different world.
So I inserted some memes there because I could have probably interrupted that entire thing and gave my commentary. This is why I do what I do, because words matter. I want that to just be in the focal point of every time you hear something. Words matter. They absolutely do. Nowhere in there, if I were to run into Alice, he would not direct me to the real Jesus. Words matter. Thank you for tuning in to this week's RLE.